What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the Degenerators, episode 21. I am, it's Casey Tom. I'm here in the studio, back at it off of just a great vacation. But I haven't been here in, what, 4 episodes?
It's been 4 episodes. It's been a whole month.
Whole month, man. I'm happy to be back. And, of course, I come back, and this jabroni just, like, he dips out. But, you know, Derek the Dude will be back. We'll both be back together next week. So I'm excited for that. But
that'll be a great app.
We got a good show to talk about. That he wanted to bail out after Texas first loss.
Oh yeah, no, he wanted to run and hide from it, but he's going to Mexico.
Yeah.
Let's actually hear from him on
Let's
the
hear
way.
from him. He dropped us some cute little nuggets.
Yeah. Let's hear our first of 4 updates.
What up, DJs? We're in the Austin airport right now. 5 a.m. On my way to Mexico. And they just told me I can't buy liquor until 7 a.m. in here. The fuck? I came in here lit already. I need to get my buzz, keep it going. My flight's at like 6:45, so I can't buy it in the airport. I guess I'm just gonna get it on the plane.
How bad did that man want some Wells tequila at 6 a.m.?
I was gonna
It's
say
the only fucking thing he drinks.
Yeah, so the move of getting drunk before a 6:30 a.m. flight. Have you played this move before?
I never have. No, I mean I've had an early flight and still buzzing off the night before. I have, and that's solely recently, just because my wife now loves to book 7 a.m. flights. When I was on my own, I never once booked 7 a.m. flight ever for any reason. But I have lately, and I've never pre-gamed it though. That's a crazy move. I respect it though.
We'll be hearing.
I would
from
expect
Derek
nothing
as
less
the night
from Derek.
goes. Yeah, that's classic Derek the Dude right there.
Yeah,
but we gotta do something for the people here.
Yes.
Matt. Why don't you update on what happened with HGH last week?
So HGH, we tied. What
that mean for the people?
For the people, that means we have a pack that's getting ripped. And you know what? We have not randomized this yet as the time of this recording. Now, but by the time this is, running straight to you guys, by the time this is up, our winner has been picked. We have put it out on Instagram. We have notified everybody. But right now we have not.
And then if they want to try to win the next one, how would they do that? You got to follow us.
You got to follow us on
interact
Instagram.
with us.
Just follow us on Instagram. Just follow us on. That's all we ask. We're getting close to 100. We're getting we're right there.
We're right there.
We're right there. And once we hit 200, or once we hit 100, we're getting 200, then 500. Then we start moving.
Oh yeah.
But hey, right now, if you're following us, we appreciate you. And if we tie an HGH, which does happen quite a bit, you get a chance at some free cards. So I actually didn't randomize anything. I'm showing up really unprepared.
Oh, that's all good. You're still in vacation mode.
Yeah, I am. But we're going to do this a different way.
Okay.
We are going to manually, and I'm sorry to get up right here.
No, you're good.
I have to go to the packs right here. But all right. So first, I'm just going to raffle off what packs are possible to get, right? We have a jumbo pack of Topps Update Series.
Ooh.
And we got a new mystery bag here. We got to refresh this. We got a 23-24 pack of Phoenix.
I like
NBA
that one.
basketball.
Yeah.
We have Donruss Optic Hobby Pack.
Ooh.
Well, not one, but 2 of them. All right. And then we have 2 NFL Select Hobby Packs.
Wait, hold those up a little higher. Beautiful.
See now?
Beautiful.
Right.
Gorgeous.
So I'm going to put these in some random orders here.
All right.
And while I'm doing that, I would like for you, Matthew.
Okay.
You, Matthew, you need to call out a number.
A number?
Wait.
Is there a limit? How high can I go?
Oh, yeah. 3, 5, 6, 1 through 6.
1 through 6? I'm feeling 3. Give me right in the
3.
middle.
All right. 1, 2. Ooh, you picked a good one for the people.
Yeah?
You picked a very good one. This is
baby.
Select. This is it's a hot pack. It's probably the highest dollar pack we got.
Okay, there we go.
The people out there, we are about to see.
You know I do it for the people, man.
We do it for the people,
Yeah.
man. I love that. We gotta
I need to see them win.
see them win. Watch them hit like crazy.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Just cut the camera.
Yeah, we'll cut them off.
Just cut this shit.
It's only fun season 2.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. So we got a rookie off the bat. Tavius Robinson. I'm gonna be honest, never heard of this man.
Never heard of this guy?
Base card 2.
Ooh, he's on the Ravens.
Ooh.
Oh.
Next card's better.
I like that. That
It's
noise.
a base card, but it is a Jalen Carter.
Ooh.
We also have a base card of Devontae Adams. I won't show this.
These base cards are pretty though.
They are.
Yeah.
These are select, man.
Yeah.
Selects creme de la creme. We also have a red, white, and blue, numbered to 225 of Chris Olave.
Okay. You know anything about Chris Olave?
I do know about Chris Olave. Is solid, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about the season he's had this year. The Saints have been absolute dookie lately. They got walloped this week, I think. I mean, they've been pretty bad recently, but Chris Olave is definitely a good young player for him.
Well, that's great, man. I'm liking that viewer's going to win all these nice cards, even the base ones.
The base rookies, I mean, there's also the last card off the rip is a Xavier Gibson rookie card.
I know that name. Why do I know that name?
Jets.
Oh, okay.
Hard Knocks? Did you watch Hard Knocks?
Yes, I watched Hard Knocks. That's why I know the name. Yeah.
Yes.
Very
so that's what he got. Okay, and I take the Devontae Adams looks like it's a little like it's a concourse, so a little bit different. So these cards coming to you, the people.
Oh yeah.
All you.
If you want to know if you won, just check it on our Instagram. While you're there,
right.
Watch a video. Maybe
Watch
throw
a video.
us a like.
Throw us a like. Maybe comment one time.
Why not? The Aaron Rodgers one did pretty well. Go like that one.
Yeah, it did great.
Yeah,
it
did really.
great.
Shout out Frankie on that one.
Shout out to Frankie. Yeah. Shout out to Derek for having some. Man, I thought I didn't like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking dude hates him. I don't know. I picked out a scab that I didn't even realize was there. I mean, nuts. Yeah, the Chris Olave.
Chris Olave.
Great. I wish it was a rookie on the number. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, free cards are free cards.
Hey, free cards. And maybe if they want to start a collection, those are a hell of cards to start with. I'm not gonna lie. That can be
these select cards are. I just like the look.
Great choice, Matt.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Great choice.
Hey,
you selected.
Thanks. Yeah.
You selected that pack, man.
Man, things are a lot nicer when Derek's not here. What's that about?
I don't know. I mean.
Oh, well, we've been too nice. How about we hate on somebody? How about we talk about our DGen of the week?
Our DGen of the week, man. We had a contested DGen of the week. We had a couple options. Matthew and I discussed it through before the show, and we settled on Tyrese Halliburton, my man.
Oh yeah,
my man. Yeah. Steady knocking down threes on and off the court, just all over the place. Look at my man right here.
So if people don't know what happened, what's the behind the scenes of yet another photo?
I mean, this man is. I think personally, I don't know exactly when the timeline of all of this, but I know that Tyrese Halliburton had a longtime girlfriend throughout college, when his time at Iowa State, and I think his first couple years in the league. Recently, something happened. They broke up, and this man is on a rampage. He had a
rampage.
He really is, man.
Yeah, he has a type, like you were saying.
He's got a type. He's just going at it, and he's all about quantity. He likes quantity for sure. He's not saying anything about quality. I'm sure these are all lovely women here, but man, he's about the quantity. That's for sure.
So for those who don't know, this was taken from a video that he sent to 50 Cent.
Yeah,
when 50 Cent got a residency in Las Vegas,
and I think it was this weekend.
Yeah,
and a lot of artists get residencies. There was one reason for this photo, and that's to show off. I got 3 chicks here at the crib with me.
Oh yeah.
He
posted a video. I didn't bother playing it just because I couldn't find a good link to it. But it's nothing he does is egregious. But he's just like, hey, just got back from the club. It's 4 a.m. and he's making sure he's got 3 of them in the shot.
Yeah.
By the way, as a guy who works predominantly with cameras, this is framed beautifully, and this takes thought.
Okay.
You don't just fit in 4 faces into frame like this without discussion.
Yeah,
this was discussed, and they worked.
Do you think the arrangement of the women was discussed? The tallest one in the middle?
No, I don't think that.
Or do you
think? Yeah. No, I think that would ruin vibes if he started doing that. But I don't.
I'm not putting that. I'm not putting that by him. To be honest with you, man.
I don't know. Either way, I can tell you right now, this shot's not. You don't just come up with this shot. You think about it. So he thought about.
Maybe his publicist helped him.
Yeah. He probably got some help out. So he thought about tagging 50 Cent, and he made sure that he let everybody know he's coming home from the club 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Three women with him at least. And this is after he came out of that limousine with 9 women. At one time.
Then that was what I was thinking. I mean, it was man's certainly going through it, but he's going through his future era.
Yeah.
But just I mean, props to him. Shout out to you, Tyrese, DGen of the week. DGen of the week. Woo!
I can't wait to see more as the season goes on. I think it's only going to get worse before it gets better.
I think that he's going to continue to. I mean, because he's just so open with it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just so check out what I got. And I think he's liking a little bit of applause that he's getting online. And keep doing it. Keep doing your thing. Bring more of them in the shot. Bring more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 20. Bring them all out. That's what I say. So good for you, Tyrese. And congrats on a very, very, very illustrious award for the DGen of the week. So, well, let's get into we had a hell of a football weekend.
Yeah, we did.
And I mean, I've been on a lot of planes recently. I've been through a lot of time zones. I was always looking forward to just getting on that couch, melting in, and just watching nothing but football for 48 hours. And that's what I did. That's what I did the past couple of days. And it was a good football weekend. Unfortunately, didn't all go my way. A lot didn't go my way, but one game that did go my way. Right. Shout out to Texas, University of Texas, #1 ranked Texas, coming in. They had what they've been marketing here around Austin as the biggest weekend ever, which I don't know who came up with that marketing, but it's pretty lazy if you ask me, because we had F1, we had the Texas Georgia game, and Texas just got belt to ass. They got beat. They got worked. The score was, I think the final was 30-15. It was not indicative of the actual, the just beat down it was.
You want to hear? You want to hear Derek's thoughts on it?
I do want to hear. Yeah, what did he think about this?
Yeah. So this is episode 2 of his Mexico adventures.
Okay. Oh, he's got a bucket hat on, shirtless.
Got a bucket hat on.
Love that, and the chain.
Hey, yo, what up, DJs? I'm here in Mexico with my dad. Shout out.
Hey, let's go.
Looks like it's on
You
Storm.
see it. We're trying to drink away last night pain from UT. Kirby Smart had a great game plan. We did not. We didn't come out hot. We had an Arch Manning sighting. I don't know what happened. It was trash. I hated it. Even more so last night, the Yankees won. Boo. Boo baseball. It doesn't exist anymore. But the beach does. So does tequila and Latinas. Bye.
We're gonna hear a lot about that Yankee stuff, but we'll get to that later.
Yes.
But yeah. Derek said you need to drink away the pain.
He's drinking the pain away.
Huh?
He's drinking the pain away. Well,
what happened in that game for somebody like me who didn't get to see it?
So in that game, I mean, the first half, the score at halftime was 23-0.
Yeah.
Right. And there was just, I mean, from the jump, you knew one team is better and one team was worse. One team's moving the ball. One team's running the trenches better. One team's just all around looking more prepared for this game than the other, right? I think that, what he said about Kirby Smart's game plan probably had something to do with it, right? But did it have everything to do with it? No. I think the reason why Texas fans thought that this was going to be their time was because they got a little bit good. They had a couple big wins that were all due to preseason rankings. The game against Michigan, it was all preseason rankings, right? Michigan's absolutely horrible now. That strength of schedule is looking pretty bad in the rears. And I think what you just see now is just a team that is not the #1 team in the nation, right? They're still a good team, solid football team, very solid football team, maybe even a playoff team. But there is a different class of football team out there. And one thing that happened that I just thought was funny as a Texas Tech fan, maybe, I saw them go full Texas Tech, right? Y'all talk a lot about how Texas Tech is not a classy school. Right. And it's not this. And it's a lot of talk about class over the past few years. And really, I mean, since my time at Tech, right. I've seen a lot of this from Texas fans, a lot of holier than thou. Right. And I think I've tried to say that over the few episodes in the past. But yeah, a holier than thou attitude. But there was a pretty questionable call that was called in the third quarter. The score is 23-8. And I mean, it was a defensive pass interference that was called on an interception for Georgia. They ran back down to the 9-yard line or something like that. And the fans threw a lot of beer bottles. The fans started tossing. You're going to play the video here?
Yeah, I'm playing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there was some good form here. I saw some good angles. As it was cute. I mean, from a Tech perspective, when we, this is kind of our arena here. We like throwing bottles when there's something that goes awry. No. And you have Sark pleading with the crowd, please stop, please stop. Meanwhile, there's one thing that happened here. This is why it's so annoying for us non-Texas fans to watch. Any other school this happens to, there's definitely not happening. What happened where they reversed the fucking call? Not only does it never happen, like Tech would get assessed a 15-yard penalty because the fans threw the shit. Nothing that happened on the field, just because it's a home game at this environment. Everybody's all testing and throwing shit. We would get assessed a penalty. And honestly, I think we would deserve it, right? Now, the call itself, I want to revisit the call itself.
Yeah, please.
Because it was not a great call, right? From the jump. Ultimately, do I think they got it right? Yes, right? And I'm glad they did, because if they hadn't, all we would be hearing about today was that fucking call. Right, that's all the fans want to do is talk about that. You know, they were ready. They were ready. There were paragraphs were being written on Twitter. There were people just anxious, just ready to get their whole feeling about, oh no, like the country hates us. The referees hate us. Everybody's out to get us. Well, no, y'all, they reversed it for you, and y'all still got that ass beat at the end of the day, right? Y'all got gifted the ball at the 9-yard line, in my opinion, because nobody else is getting that changed. There are bad calls in every fucking game. Every single football game has bad calls, especially college football. I have to watch Big 12 refereeing for a long time, and see really bad call after really bad call that happen. And normally a team has to wear it, but hey, it sets a pretty great fucking precedent, doesn't it? That if you throw a bunch of beer bottles, you bitch and moan loud enough, maybe you'll get that call changed. Maybe the refs will all get together and be like, "Oh, I don't know what we're doing." You know, it was a chicken shit move from the refs. Now I'm glad it happened because we don't have to hear any more fucking excuses. But I mean, I just like it was unreal.
So you think Texas is in a completely different tier than Georgia? That's what you're kind of saying earlier on, that they're just, the way you're viewing them seems kind of different than how you were viewing them, you know, a few weeks ago.
I think they are, right? And I think that the game showed it, right? I thought they were pretty evenly matched teams going in. Now it's pretty clear they're not, right? And I also feel like that applies to Bama. Right? I think that Bam would blow Texas out, right? I also think that Texas better get fucking ready for this weekend. Got a pretty big game happening this weekend against the Vanderbilt Commodores. Woo! Let's go, baby. Vanderbilt, doors. I know I can't beat on that too hard, or else Courtney might get a little upset.
That is true. She got really upset you in that one video. That was pretty funny. Yeah, that's pretty good.
She's not a fan of me really just talking about Vandy at all, because I mean, when I do, I get a little confident. I mean, Diego Pavia is a scrappy little fucker. Like, this quarterback is good. When he's on, he's on. And I feel like, you know, I'm not saying it's over. Let's put it this way. On my juice this week, I thought about going Vandy money line as part of that. It would have been just the 3 leg. Right. I ended up not, because I mean, it's a little out of there. But
well, speaking of you jinxing teams, you want to move on to your Red Raiders?
God, I guess I don't really want to. No, because our game happened earlier, right? Our game happened at 3:00 in Texas. Georgia had the night game. I wish I could have watched that Texas-Georgia game before knowing what happened to my team that week, because, God, we were terrible. We were pathetic. It was honestly the worst showing of the Joey McGuire era for Texas Tech football, which is saying a lot, because this season alone, we've had an FCS team take us to overtime. We've had we got blown out by a team without a conference, Washington State. And we just, I mean, we came out today. We were this Saturday, we played against Baylor. Baylor was, I think, 2-5 coming into the game. They've lost 3, they're 0-3 in conference play, and they beat the shit out of us at our own home stadium. It was really sad, because, like, I started believing they do this. My team does this. I know they do it, and I'm still willingly hurt every fucking time, because, like, we looked really bad the first 2 games, and then we blow out a team. We get another big win. We start facing pretty solid teams that I think we're about even with, and we won a few games, and we look good. All the aspects were getting put together, and we played a team that, honestly, I think Baylor's record is worse than they are. I think they're a better team than their record shows. I think that at the end of the year, this loss won't look quite as bad as it looks like right now. But, I mean, losing by 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, whatever the fuck. I turned it off by the third quarter, because, like, whatever the final score was, it was really bad. I had to see on Twitter, I got a highlight or a notification that Micah Hudson had a spectacular one-handed catch with 2 minutes left while we were getting drummed by 30. It was fucking sick.
Yeah, I couldn't find it. All I could find were two tweets just of people like you. Well, there's a highlight catch.
And why is he in? Just not like why was I got so many fucking questions because like why is 2 minutes left against Baylor when we're down by 30 the time to play him? Like why aren't we trying to mix him in with the first team? We got Dre McCray, who very fast, great returner. Dre McCray is awesome. At returning. He's making drops happen, right? We got a 5-star. The biggest recruit in Texas Tech history is just wasting away on our sideline. And we don't know why. And it's there's a lot of, I don't know what, I don't know. It's really fucking sad to me.
You're so sad that in your rundown you literally said, but basketball season is around the corner. So you're
we're about there. Like that's a very special time. It's a very special time of every football season. Normally it happens around, in the past few years, it's happened around this time where I'm like, you know what? This team's not going to pull off a crazy, win streak. This team's not going to, they are who they are, right? And our basketball team, that 2019 season has been teasing me since it happened, that our basketball team can be like that, right? Texas Tech's been a good team. Past few years, and I'm not ready to hit that button of basketball season's here, but let's just put it this way, like my fingers tickling that button, you know what I'm saying? Like it's right there, and I'm about to smash. But I haven't yet. If we lose TCU, bang, hitting it. If we barely beat TCU, I'm not hitting it, but I'm like we need to dominate TCU. We're underdogs in that game for some fucking reason. It's at their place, but it'll be mostly red and black. It should be. I don't know. I really feel like it's close to hit that button, which it'd be an early time too. But you look at the past few seasons. We've pulled this button. I've hit this button before when we fired a coach in the middle of the season, right before we did. So I don't know. I'm really really ready for us to figure it out one way or the other because it's that maybe, right? If this team is good or this team is bad, right? I can deal with that, and I can go into every Saturday at least knowing like, hey, we're terrible. We're probably going to lose by 5 touchdowns, but at least I can maybe watch us cause chaos in the Big 12, right? I can maybe watch us knock somebody off. But I'm not there because like right now we're towards the top of the Big 12 still, even with that loss, right? I don't know. It's just the mental gymnastics that Texas Tech football has on your brain is probably not healthy, but it's there. It's there. So.
Well, do you want to move on? Would that be healthier for you mentally?
That would, man.
Yeah,
that would be a lot healthier. That would be a lot healthier for me.
We'll save the mental breakdown for next episode with Derek Green back.
Thank you.
I think he's more prepped to deal with it.
Yes.
And make fun of it.
It's just, I'm realizing now without Derek here, just hearing me complain about it, just more sad than anything. So there was something else that I've noticed. So I watched a little bit of the Army game this week. Army played East Carolina, that's who they played. And they dominated them. And Army is undefeated this year. Navy is also undefeated this year.
Oh, shit.
So with this being the first year of this change, if there's a very good chance one of those two teams might get in the playoff, right? Like, especially if, the top G5 team, so the top team that's not in the Power 5 conferences, this year gets in the playoff. And they're going to automatically have an automatic bid. So what's about to be funny to me is the national narrative, right? As it always is with the service academies, right? When they're good, when it's like, oh, but they're the service, there's this like, there's going to be this like, we should really be considering the Army quarterback for Heisman. I started hearing that talk this week of like, he's putting up these numbers. No, he plays in a triple option offense. So he's the beneficiary of like, that, right? He has a better arm than any Army quarterback in the past decades had, which is like not saying a whole lot. Like Army has scrambling quarterbacks. That's just what they do. They have this triple option set and they're really, really tough to face on 1 week. They also have a very weak schedule this year, right? So there's a good chance that like we're going to start hearing, the Heisman conversation is going to become a little more clear with, Cam Ward. I think the Quinn Ewers stuff can maybe chill the fuck out now. But like Travis Hunter and Ashton Gianti, right? Those three that are doing just insane things. And we're gonna have this little scrawny option quarterback from Army who like has 7 passes a game, gets like just because he completes them and he has like 150 yards rushing against nobody's. Like people are gonna throw him in of like, well, we can't forget about the the men and women of our Army, like that will be in every fucking narrative. And you're gonna hear just like that added on by the host at the end of every little pregame halftime show you see.
Do you think like the Army and Navy's recruiting numbers spike if they do good?
I don't think so.
You don't think?
So I think West Point and the Naval Academy, they're so difficult to get into. Like you have to have like a senator sponsor you. You have to have like incredible grades. Like
no, I'm talking about like the literal Army. Like I'm talking about people like joining up troops. To go fight. Yeah,
no, I don't think if it does just because our football team. I think that's a sadder like.
I think it does. Yeah, I want to look into that. I think that's part of the plan.
I feel like the academies themselves like maybe have a bump, but like because I mean it works that way with. I mean when Tech went to the national championship in 2019, our admissions numbers spiked. When teams get better in football, people want to be there for whatever reason. But yeah, I just feel like with Army, it's a little different. Army and Navy. What's also very weird, if they both stay undefeated, right? They might meet up in the American Conference Championship before they play the traditional Army-Navy game.
Whoa.
So they might have back-to-back weeks where they have to rematch each other, which I guarantee you, I know for a fact that playoff committee, whoever has to do the seeding and make this stuff happen, would be really hoping for a split back and back. Like, so they can just not include them because nobody also wants to be the person that like, sets up a matchup between Tennessee and Army. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like we all tune in and the first like game that everybody's all hyped to see is just a slaughter. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I feel like that could happen as well. And we would all just have to be like, this is the system now, the system's going to be very strange as this all advances. I know the SEC is going to get like 100 teams in, which I don't think they should. I don't think they're that good this year. But I've said that for the past 10 years. So, but yeah, I just feel like the longer the Army Navy stay in it, stay undefeated, and they don't have these great schedules, the more and more we're going to see that. So I'm looking forward to it more and more because it's almost like a, well, we can't forget this, what aboutism.
Well, are there any other teams you're looking forward to seeing or talking about?
Yeah, man. Great game we had between Tennessee and Bama this past week. That was in Tennessee. I'm kicking myself for all my HGH picks last week because I had Tennessee. My gut said Tennessee's going to win that game, but my brain said they got a freshman quarterback who has looked like a freshman at a lot of points throughout the season, and he's playing a big time team. But really, Bama's just not that good. I don't know. They're not that great, I don't think, right? I mean, they've lost to Georgia now. They got beat by Vandy. And they didn't just like lose on a fluke to Vandy either. Like I wasn't here to talk about that when it happened. They got whooped by Vandy. It was the first time since 1980 something they had gotten beat from the opening tip to the end of the game. So I mean, I don't think Bama is all that good. I think them and Texas are about even, which tells you what I really think about them.
Damn.
Yeah, but they are at least not as bad as Florida State and Michigan. Holy shit. Florida State, one of the worst football teams. I don't know how a team fell from grace this fucking fast. I do not understand it. Wow. Like, I mean, they went from having a legitimately bad, a legitimately good case to make the 4-team playoff last year to just a joke of a team. Like, there's no way they're going to make a bowl. Like, I think they'd have to win out to make a bowl. They lost to Duke for the first time in school history this past week. The biggest highlight of that game for Florida State was the gentleman that I told you about earlier that was wearing the fan that had like his headset on. He had his shirt off and was in the front row with a Waffle House menu up there, like acting like he was part of the coaching staff. Like that was legitimately their one fucking highlight, man. Like they're brutal team.
Damn.
They're really bad. And so was Michigan. Michigan was really bad. I thought the Michigan game was sick to watch because Illinois brought out these like nasty hats or their helmets where like they airbrushed them to make them look like leather helmets. So it looked like a true like old school matchup.
Oh, that kind of goes hard. I need.
It went really hard.
Yeah,
Apparently,
yeah.
every some artists got absolutely fucking paid. Apparently, it took like 2 hours to make each one of these helmets.
Nice.
And yeah, they were sick. That was sick to watch. Legitimately, the only reason to watch the game, though, I think it was very boring. It was just a field goal fest. Whole time I was watching, and Michigan's just not very good. Not very good at all. But speaking of the Big Ten, a good team in the Big Ten, Indiana. Holy shit. They played Nebraska this past week and beat them like, I don't know what the final was. It was like 50-something to 7. Absolutely drummed the Mahomes clone. He clearly isn't all the way like Mahomes. We knew that, right? And man, they got beaten down. So I don't know whether is like Nebraska that bad, is Indiana that good. Also, the Indiana coach is getting real cocky. He had a like all-time quote this week where he said, they asked him, how do you recruit to Indiana? And he said, I tell those players to Google me. He said, Google me, I don't lose. Like, I'm a winner.
That's kind of badass.
It kind of went hard. Like, it really did. Like, it kind of went hard.
Doesn't he have a good? I saw that. Doesn't he have like a very? Has he only lost like 3 games or some shit?
Not at Indiana. At Indiana, his record's like 500. But before that, I think when he coached, he coached in high school, JUCO levels. Like, he has a very good overall record. He's a very good coach, and he's proven that. Like, he's got a team that's bought in, and they're believing. They're truly believing.
Well, speaking of believing, I think we're gonna end it on our college football on a feel-good story. You got this guy called Brady Cook, which I had to look up. This is crazy. You want to tell him what happened?
The Brady Cook game was crazy.
Yeah.
I was honestly little messed up view. This is what the card hobby does to you a little bit. But I loaded up on a lot of different quarterbacks and college football cards in the offseason. I had loaded up. I think I'd showed it on. I don't have it with me today, but Drew Pine is the backup quarterback for Missouri. So I thought Saturday was like maybe his day to shine because Brady Cook got hurt, right? And as I was watching the game, I just see Brady Cook go out and like the whole they start losing to Auburn, and Drew Pine did not look good. That's probably a wasted investment. If we're gonna be honest. Probably, but he looked really bad. He's got 3 years of eligibility left, so he might be able to figure it out. It's like 10th school or something. But Brady Cook, holy shit. He went out, came back in.
Yeah. No, you can keep talking about it here. Yeah, this is just it's just the coach.
During the game, the coach loves him.
Yeah.
Coach has a really weird quote about him, too. This was like last year.
He went out, got MRI, and ran back in, and then won the game.
He went to the hospital.
Yeah,
he went to the hospital mid-game. Went to the hospital. He said, I only have 2.5 games left. I mean, he seems like the ultimate, like I'm not, I'll die on the field type cat. But, like, I was really impressed with him. I mean, he came back and led him to victory. Coach, by the way, Eli Drinkwitz.
Yeah, what was the quote? Sorry, I cut you off.
He has a quote about like, man, when my daughter gets to 18.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah. He has one of those. He made it like last year, and it was just like everybody's like, don't say that.
Don't say that. That's a weird thing to say.
What the hell? I think he was trying to say like this is a really good young man, but like
I mean, when I watched this Brady Cook highlight video from the thing. The coach is like choking up talking about him because he came back and risked it all. He got an MRI. They're like, I think you're probably good. And he came back and won it. And he's like, he risked everything. I was like, yeah, he did. And it worked out.
Yeah.
It's a great feel good story when it works out. But when it doesn't, got more like a Tua situation.
Oh, yeah. Tua, speaking of, he's coming back.
Yes.
You see all that?
God, yeah.
I don't have that on the NFL rundown, but he's going to come back. I want to hear Matthew's opinions on Tua.
I think that's the ultimate degenerators thing. The Miami Dolphins. I was talking to Derek about this last week. Well, it's like you pay too much on a bet. The bet keeps flopping. The bet
double down.
Yeah, the bet's probably gonna kill itself out on the field, and you're like, yeah, let it ride, baby. Like, I think that's absolutely degenerate. I don't think Tua is of sound mind to make that call.
You don't?
And he's had 4 concussions.
You've been talking to a neurologist though, right?
Yeah, brother, it was a month ago. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, that's just one of those things where it's like when people give a lot of shit to football, where everybody's like, oh, it's not that bad. This is one of those situations we're gonna look back in 5 years and be like, oh yeah, dude, that was rough. Yeah. And here's the thing, I do have Tyreek Hill in fantasy. I would like to see Tua come back for that.
I got Jalen Waddle, bro. Like, hey, we need him.
Yeah,
I've been benching Jalen Waddle Waddle last couple weeks.
I know. I should have benched Hill. But
Tyler Huntley is not getting it to him.
If you needed to showcase how degenerate, I guess, sports are, this Tua situation would showcase it, and everybody kind of being like, oh, that would be a lot better if he was back, though.
Yeah, and just like the memes, there have been some crazy memes.
Oh, yeah, it's insane.
Like, there was one that was like, if Tua does come back, and it was like a clip from radio. It's pretty messed up, but it's like,
it's just like, I was talking to my sister-in-law and being like, I feel like somebody had to help him sign the papers saying, I'm good to come back. Like, it's rough.
But like, the guy has done this for, like, it's how he's made his money. He's on the sideline. Tua is such a football guy.
Yes.
And he just, like, all he can think about is football. Another guy like this, Will Levis. It's very similar. Like, I just feel like they can't think of anything else, right? And I wish they would. We can all see it like, guys, it's a game, right? Like, you've already made your money. Like, maybe it's not that important, but like, at the same time, who are we to tell him that, right? He wants to go back out there.
Sure, he totally can.
He gets concussed one more time in prime time, and it seems like it's so weird why it only happens in prime time to him as well. And it's just like his brain has such a horrible reaction to it that we can all see visibly, right? I mean, Troy Aikman had 8 concussions in his career, and we didn't really see those. Like, he played a whole fucking Super Bowl with a concussion. Yeah, you don't remember any part of that Super Bowl, right? Like, it's just the fact that we now have the information we have, and we're watching this. Like, I feel a little like I'm gonna be a little nervous watching the next Dolphins game.
I think everybody is, dude. Everybody's been nervous watching this one leading up to it because of all the concussions.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm rooting for him.
Hey, I'm rooting for him.
And I'm rooting for him, and I'm especially rooting for him to get the ball to Jalen Waddle.
I think Tyreek Hill needs to be fed a little bit more.
Jalen Waddle.
Waddle's made a couple good catches. Yeah, and that's not me like trying to make anybody feel bad. I think it's funny. I think it just also showcases, that like, it's a coliseum, man.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we're watching modern day Spartans. So just
going for it. It's wild, man. But you want to know what's more wild? You haven't seen this video yet, Derek. I want Derek to kind of lead us in to football. This video had me scared for his life. It's gonna be this fourth one. Okay. Right here.
My man.
Hey, yo, what up, D-Jams? Getting a little walk-in after a little casino run. Didn't win anything, didn't lose anything. So we living all right. Hydrating. We had a lot of tequila today. Last 2 days, really. But I guess I just got to say, fuck the MLB. Fuck Rob Manfred, you stupid piece of shit. Nobody wants to see these Dodgers and Yankees play. I'm sure all of Japan wants Ohtani in the World Series. Fine, whatever, I'll give you that one. But the Yankees? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I'm walking. Yeah, fucking guy. Nobody's here, so it's okay. Anyways, also I saw something about Deshaun Watson's. Can't even fucking talk, slurring. But Deshaun Watson might have ruptured his Achilles or some crazy shit. Karma's real. Karma's real, you fucking bitch. God, I hope you enjoy that. Nothing a little massage couldn't fix. How many jokes are coming about that shit? No. He's probably going to ask for about 3 prostate exams, 2 colonoscopies, and a fucking tiramisu during his surgery too. So fuck that guy. He's richer than I'll ever be. Yeah. Terrible weekend for sports. At least my Cowboys didn't fucking lose. I guess that's a good thing. Good luck tomorrow. It's Casey time.
Oh, man. Derek's one of a kind. Derek the dude. Just roaming through the middle of God knows where, Mexico. Rocking a demon. Do you think he bought that hat there?
The demon time hat?
Yeah.
No, I think. Oh,
you think he took that there? That one's not. I feel like if that had been in the repertoire, we would have seen it in these episodes before.
He was on demon time. Yeah. He was getting drunk even before he got there. And then
he's trying to at 5 a.m. in Austin Bergstrom.
Walking home in that video, it looks like 3 or 4 in the morning, completely empty streets. I was worried about him. He sent us a follow-up this morning, being like, hey, love you guys. I was like, thankfully you sent this, man, because the video just cuts off and he's just in a dark parking lot.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's also like I hate recording myself walking through public, and like a lot of people don't anymore. Like a lot of people just doing it fucking wherever. But like that's quite a video there.
I mean, that looks like that last shot right here in the 4th video. That looks like what you would see in a horror movie to like set up somebody getting killed. He's looking off in the distance, man. But he's okay, and he did bring up Deshaun Watson.
Yes. Yes. I saw this one happen live.
Yeah.
I saw this one happen. Honestly, as soon as it's crazy now that like we've seen enough Achilles injuries recently. You know when it happens, like that calf, that just no contact drop to the ground happened to Deshaun Watson, the $250 million man. And the craziest part to me was that the fans cheered. They were fans.
Deserves it.
The fans were cheering. I agree. I don't think anybody deserves an injury, right? I don't root for anybody to have an injury. However, if I had to rank every NFL player from 1 to fucking 1,000 or whatever, Deshaun Watson's dead on like who I would hate to see get injured, right?
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson's dead last on that list. Nobody, like I was not broken up. I wasn't J.K. Dobbins' Achilles injury from last year. Because that was still sad. Aaron Rodgers was a little closer to Deshaun Watson to me than J.K. when he tore his, but he still didn't like to see it. But Deshaun Watson was just like, oh man, like this is going to be something because the offense immediately got better when he went out as well. The fans started cheering. The fans started, the energy went up in the dog pound. Like Cleveland immediately is like, hey, like maybe this Dorian Thompson-Robinson comes in, like maybe he's got something.
If you run the Browns, what do you do in this situation? Like, how do you move forward?
I mean, he's going to be out for a year. Like Deshaun's
out for a year. Bring him back?
You have to. You have then you maybe have a redemption story to sell. And if it doesn't happen, you can blame the injury. You don't have to blame the fact that you gave a most ridiculous contract in professional sports history to this guy. Honestly, I think if you're the Browns front office, you've just been saved by this Achilles.
I think so too. I mean? Yes, because I think it's the excuse to not bring him back.
They have to. I mean, I don't know how many years he's controlled through, but like
I think they take the hit.
He's gonna be back. I mean, yeah, maybe they have less. They have more room to cut him. I don't know what they're gonna do there, but I also like it was kind of crazy to hear the teammates talking shit to the fans then of like, you don't boo a man's injury, all this kind of stuff. Myles Garrett had a quote, but my favorite quote machine in the whole NFL, Jameis Winston, had this interview where he just, I mean, brought the soul into it. He is so funny without trying to be funny. And like, I could listen to Jameis Winston talk all day. And yeah, he was just, who are you? Like, he was really like, I mean, he had a really serious moment, but I couldn't, like, I felt like I was going to start busting out laughing the whole time I was watching the video. And yeah, I mean, people were also pretty quick in the comments to bring up that he also has a court case that was on from, assaulting his Uber driver.
Yeah.
One time grabbing her genitalia and stuff, that's stuff. That's what the report said, not,
I think the entire team dissolves and they start again.
They probably should, man. They maybe pick some people that don't have some crazy court cases out there.
I'm talking like the name, the owners. I think it all dissolves and comes back from the ground up.
Really?
I think we need a full redemption story.
You think that no Browns right like they need to change the name?
Yeah, I think if you were looking at like a famous actor, and they had this level of shit happen, it would be one of those things where it's like, okay, let's go into voice acting maybe.
Yeah.
Or like, let's completely burn it down and start
pivot,
again.
Let's pivot.
Yeah, let's pivot,
pivot.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just, everybody's hating on the Browns and it just seems like a cursed franchise, I'd say.
I'll tell you, the minute they have somebody, the minute they get hit right on that draft pick, everybody be believing again.
Well, as long as Deshaun Watson ain't there, as long as they're drafting
what's kind of crazy is that, it was like such a historic franchise, right?
Yeah.
And then they moved to Baltimore, and then they did the right thing, unlike the Tennessee dick ass Oilers, the Tennessee Titans that still hold the rights to the Oilers. It should be the Houston Oilers, but it's the Tennessee Oilers. They have that in their IP. Well, the Ravens, I think I'm getting this right, or was it the Colts? Might have been. I can't remember. It might have been the Colts. I don't remember. I wasn't alive back in the 70s whenever this happened, but whoever it was, that franchise gave the rights back to Cleveland. So Cleveland was then able to name their team the Browns. But yeah, so in that ever since they refreshed that franchise, they haven't won shit.
Yeah.
Really. I think their first expansion pick was Tim Couch in 97. Misery started early there. One of the biggest busts ever was their franchise's first ever pick.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just think big mistakes take big solutions.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what?
Maybe they could call them the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, just rebrand the wrong way.
That'd be wild, right? Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's so distracted by that
That's right.
controversy. Everybody forgets about Deshaun.
They're bringing Chief Wahoo back. Fuck yeah.
Well, hey, let's talk about the Chiefs, and that's a good segue.
Man, the Chiefs. Yeah. The Chiefs it was a just kind of an ugly game to watch. I was expecting to watch just a great football game, and Mahomes did not play his best game, right? The Chiefs played the Niners in a Super Bowl rematch from last year, but Mahomes didn't have his best game. But Brock Purdy had the worst game of his career.
Yeah.
A lot of bad things happened for the Niners in this game. Another injury they had. We got announced today that Ayuk is out for the whole year.
Oh, damn.
He tore his ACL. He was looking like Tony before that, by the way. He was dropping stuff, was not having his best game, and then tore his ACL. That was really bad to see. And Brock Purdy threw 3 picks in that game. And then we got to the fourth quarter, and Patrick just channeled this rushing game. Like, he had the biggest drive of the game. He had the longest rush of his career. And, he pump faked the guy out, kind of watched him ole out of bounds, and then streaked it up the sidelines. And then they got to the 1 yard line, and he lowered the boom. he welcomed the kid to the NFL, man. He got to the goal line and just I hadn't seen that. I mean, he's been hitting the weight room or something. That kid was not expecting it. And even the kid even tweeted out, I forget the guy's name, started with an M, but he tweeted out after the game like, I guess I got my welcome to the NFL moment right there. But yeah, I mean, Patrick gets it done. He had a 44 quarterback rating, which is really bad. But he all he does is win. That's all he cares about. He don't care about the stats anymore, which has kind of put me in a weird predicament because I have him on a lot of fantasy teams. I kind of need those stats.
Kind of need them a little bit, yeah.
In a weird turn of events, I have found myself in one league starting Baker Mayfield over him. And if you know me from a while back, you told me that 8 years ago, I'd say fuck you. Like, I hated Baker Mayfield, but I've come around on that.
That's a guy who's had a redemption arc this year. Yeah.
He has. And I hated Baker so much in college because, he was a Texas Tech guy. He was freshman year. He played at Tech. And he did pretty well for us as a walk-on. And then ended up transferring to OU. And I hated him because he won the Heisman and used all of his press that he got from the Heisman and playoff run to bash Tech. And so I hated him for many years. But when he went to Carolina, he kind of, changed his arc for me. And seeing him have a little revival in Tampa Bay, they're playing tonight. I'm excited to watch that. I've got him starting.
I got Lamar Jackson.
You got Lamar Jack?
Yeah, as long as he doesn't twist his ankle going onto the field, I'll win.
Okay.
So,
there you go. How many points you need?
I just need 4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I probably just jinxed it right there.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, he'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Chiefs are gonna probably go back to the Super Bowl, even though it's looking messy.
See, this is where
Now, give me your take on that. That's what I'm already seeing. People are already like, it's done. They're going back.
Or not. That's what scares me. As a Chiefs fan, that's what scares me. Because, last year, I kind of loved it when everybody was like, they're all right. They're not that good. They're average team. They're going to get, the Mahomes reigns over. The rest of the league's got a shot. Everybody was saying that last year. And then I felt very confident when it got to the playoffs. Normally, I feel confident that whatever the public thinks at that moment is going to turn, right? And I don't think that, the Chiefs have won a lot of close games this season. I think that luck. I don't want this to be an undefeated Chiefs team going in the playoffs. So they're not going to be. They're not going to be either. But if they are, that would scare the shit out of me. And they're winning these games it's a defensive team, right? And that's what I think is so lethal about them right now is that the Chiefs are winning these games because their defense is keeping them in the games, and then Mahomes just has to do enough at the end.
Yeah.
Right? And they're scheming for him, right? Kareem Hunt's having a little redemption arc as well.
Oh, I have him, yeah.
Kareem Hunt. I picked him up in a lot of leagues. I got laughed at in a lot of people. Shout out to our favorite listener, Moran, for laughing at me, picking him up on the wire. He didn't acknowledge that when I brought it up yesterday either. Fun fact.
Shout out Moran.
Shout out to you, Moran. There's your segment for the week. You're still 1-1, right? But yeah, no, that was it was a crazy game. The Vikings-Lions was also another crazy one. So this one really messed with me because last week, I mean, if you've been paying attention to the last few weeks in our gambling HGH segment, I've been on a run. Frankie's Laura, it really might be a thing because shit, I had been on this run and I even thought about trying to take a few extra hotel pads to write my HGH picks down on because that was what was helping me. I don't know, but I won 2 juices. I had been 0 for 16 before we left. Now I'm 2 for 20. 2 and 20. 2 for 22. But yeah, Yeah, I had the Vikings minus 1.5, so they had to win by 2 on the juice. Well, Derek always gives me a bunch of shit for not actually putting money on the parlays that I have. Well, you had a layover in a state where it was legal to gamble, and I put down on this parlay. Unfortunately for me, the only line available on that game was Vikings minus 2.5. Right, it had jumped to 2. The spread had increased. So I had, for my gut pick, I had Vikings money line. So I needed them to win a game. I also had minus 1.5 for the show's juice. Then I had minus 2.5 for my actual parlay, right? Well, every other leg hits. I had nothing but I had BYU who won in a miracle on Friday night. Absolute miracle at the end of the game with no time left. They had won. There was a Georgia. That was the one that I felt pretty good about the whole time that game happened. And then it was all leaning on the Vikings, right? I would have had Tennessee, but I scratched them out. And it was a back and forth game, man. Really, really good game. If I was able to watch it from an objective point of view,
I liked the game a lot. It was good.
It was a really, really good game. Those are two. Honestly, that was a game of the weekend. Those are it was the best matchup we had. The Vikings are a really legitimate team, and they're not as good as the record says, but they're a really good team. The Lions are for real. The Lions are kind of like that, and they showed it. I can't believe they squandered those 2 11-point leads, but I also can't believe. I mean, it was just both teams were squandering it. It seemed like neither team wanted to win until the last 5 minutes. So, I thought it was it was a good game from a viewing standpoint. And then we got the Sunday night game, right? I was very curious to see. I have Devontae Adams in a lot of fantasy leagues. Oh, who we got here? Oh, we got you picking boogers. Yeah, why does it always happen in prime time, man? Shit, dude. We got Aaron Rodgers picking boogers on the sidelines. They just look the same as they have, right? I don't know what to do with the Jets. If you're a Jets fan, you've got to feel cursed, right? I know there's I don't believe in curses in sport. I think it's all bullshit. But I think you got to feel what else can we do, right? We signed the right guy, we thought. He ended up being, y'all signed a 41-year-old quarterback or whatever the fuck he is. And now y'all signed his 35-year-old best friend, who came in and he got a lot of targets, but he wasn't catching the ball really. It'll be interesting to see. I don't think all hope is lost for the Jets, but they did not look good. And you know who did? Russell Wilson. I think we all owe Russell Wilson an apology for the Steelers. I mean, Mike Tomlin won. I think he's the only coach in the NFL with the cojones to do this, right? To be 4-2 with a quarterback and say, you know what, we have a couple matchups where I need to evaluate how we look with the other guy that was supposed to be our guy before he got hurt before the season started. And Russell looked a lot closer to Seahawks Russell than he looked to Broncos Russell. And he was throwing those moon balls that was reminding me of Seattle a little more. And he's got a receiver who can catch him in George Pickens. George Pickens is just a filthy receiver. I mean, he can catch shit out of the ball. So, I mean, he looked good. And that offense looked a hell of a lot better with him in than Fields. So, it'll be interesting to see. I think they've got the Giants next. They're going to run one more game with Russell. And then I think after that bye week is when Tomlin's like, I'm definitively calling it. There's one quarterback here that's going to be our, the way that Mike Tomlin has handled that coach or that quarterback controversy, it's been one of the first ones in a while where I'm he did the perfect job. That was textbook. That's what you have to do. You can't have your team, you can't have camps forming of some people liking Justin Fields, some liking Wilson. I'm sure you had some of that in the preseason. The way it all worked out is how you're able to make that decision and still be 5-2, right? With a potential. I mean, they're playing the Giants. Pretty good shot. They're 6-2 after that bye week, right? To be 6-2 in a good position for the playoffs while you made that determination, once you're able to make that call, by the way, you got a pretty damn good backup, whoever the other one is, right? And these were two quarterbacks that nobody wanted in the offseason. Not a soul wanted them. Nobody wanted to touch Russ. And Fields, I mean, they got him for dirt cheap from the Bears. Nobody really wanted him. So, honestly, props to Mike Tomlin, props to that organization. The Steelers are really good. And the Steelers are a team that scare me if I'm a Chiefs fan in the playoffs, to be honest. Do I think Mahomes loses to Russell Wilson? No. I still can't mentally get there, right? I'm trying to be like, cautiously optimistic about the Chiefs season, but like, do I think Russell Wilson's the one who ends it? No, right? And it'd be hilarious if he did, to be honest with you, because like that man, I don't know why Russell Wilson's just the goofiest fucking guy in the whole league to me.
No, he is the goofiest. Yeah, he's like LeBron James levels of like trying to be cool, but you end up coming across.
But LeBron James actually is cool. That's a key difference.
No,
like,
he's not.
LeBron James is a lot cooler. LeBron James is a lot cooler than Russell Wilson. Like Russell Wilson, before the game, they were like interviewing him, and he speaks in just meaningless sound, just bullshit, meaningless jargon. Let's go. We're going to do, like, he doesn't answer any of the questions like, we're just going to stay focused, take it one game at a time. And, we're going to get better every week and we're going to keep grinding and we're going to do that. Let's go. And like,
I think LeBron James is goofy and not cool. I think Russ is kind of insane. I think there's a little bit of something cooking in his brain.
Russell, sometimes when he does these interviews, I'm like, is he a robot?
Yes, he's imitating a person. Broncos country, let's ride. Yeah. The way he decided to do that for it to become that big of a meme, there's no normal human being says it.
And not only did he say that, he then ended every fucking interview with it. And last night after the game, they tried to see like, you got a catchphrase? We know you love your catchphrases. Give me one. He goes, I'm going to wait till the end. And they were like, the end of what? He's just like, no. Like, he just wanted to avoid that question so much. God. What is he going to, Steel City, let's forge. What has he got? Like, Steel City, like, I don't know what he's got, but like, it just.
Steel City, let's forge is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, if you said that, that would make me a fan. No, I'd be hopping on that train. Yeah, for sure. Steel City, let's forge.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got any more football in you? Any more football talk?
That's it, man. That's what I got for football. I guess we can,
Yeah, we got one more. We're going to do a little Tarantino time jump. This is him at the casino.
Okay.
Just leading us into some baseball talk.
Yes.
Fuck the Yankees.
Yes.
Fuck the Dodgers. Fuck this year's World Series. I'm fucking toasted. And I'm going to the casino to fucking forget about this shit and forget about my money. Bye.
There you go.
I mean,
there you go.
I think he says it pretty succinctly. That was pretty nice.
I think he does too. Because I'm right there with him, man. Fuck the Yankees. Fuck the Dodgers. Fuck ESPN. ESPN. The whole season they've been treating this like we have two players in the league, Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge. Yeah. That's all we've been hearing is how like you would think those are the only two players in the whole league. And the unfortunate fact is they're both pretty good teams and they both did it. And they're former Astros to root for. Garrett Cole is not one of them. Fuck you, Garrett Cole. Actually, with these teams, I don't know if they're I know Teoscar Hernandez, Kike Hernandez, both. I think they both played for the Stros a long time ago. I can't. I'm not gonna watch it. I can't. I don't know. I'm probably gonna watch it. I tell myself I'm not gonna watch the World Series, and like, I don't know. I feel like being on a plane for the last game of the Astros season this year didn't give me the proper closure I needed on baseball. And I kept watching it, and like, there's nothing like October baseball, right? I've watched a whole lot of it in the past few years with 8 consecutive ALCSs. And it's really good. I mean, the theater of Yankees Dodgers is going to be great. I mean, I think you're going to have the worst fan bases in all of sports together. Really.
Why are they the worst?
Because none of these people know anything about fucking baseball.
Yeah.
They bought the caps because it was cool. Like, how many people have like Yankees and Dodgers caps in the back? They don't know any of the rules. Like, don't know anything about any of the fucking games. Like, they're just like, those are the two hats I see overseas when we went to Australia. Oh, yeah. Shit ton of people in those hats know nothing about either team, and now they're like, we're the best. But
baseball needs this. It needs new people.
I don't fucking give a shit what baseball needs. I don't give a shit what dick-ass Rob Manfred needs. I don't give a fuck
what it needs
about
is Taylor Swift to start dating Shohei, and then I think baseball's safe. I will say, to your credit, the two names you said are the only two names in baseball that I know right now.
Exactly. Because it's the only one ESPN talk. They could be talking about Elly De La Cruz, right? They could be talking about. There's some fun, fucking exciting players in the rest of this league. Like, there are a lot of really good names they could be bringing up. People that are doing crazy shit every night. And what Shohei Ohtani has done this season is incredible. I want to make sure, like, I am in no means putting Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani in the same tier because they are not in the same tier.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani is unequivocally the greatest baseball player to ever live. Right? He's the best baseball player I've ever seen. Ever live. Steroids Barry Bonds was the best. Right? Like, that guy was incredible. He hit a bomb every 4 at-bats. But Shohei Ohtani being able to be a pitcher and a hitter at this level on both sides, and then the 1 year they're like, hey, your arm's dinged up, be a hitter. He does something that nobody in the game's ever done, go 50-50. Like, it's fucking stupid. I really just wish he wasn't in that just crybaby fucking organization. Both of these organizations. So the reason why Derek and I hate them so much is because these are the two loudest criers about the 2017 Astros stuff, right? We in 2017 we beat their ass, we beat the Yankees' ass, and then we beat the Dodgers' ass in the World Series, right? We just did, and just this is just a bunch of fucking. They also both cheated at the same time. Everybody was using this stuff. They both cheated, right? And they have as much facts really as we do. I don't want to get too deep into all that, but fuck them both. He's right. I copy his sentiments. I don't want to watch it at all. I'm probably going to. I can't be world. I mean, it's gonna be a spectacle. I just fuck Manfred. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, you also have basketball coming
Basketball
back.
I would much rather watch that.
Yeah.
I would much rather watch that,
Starts
basketball.
tomorrow, or I guess when people are seeing this video.
You hype for them Spurs?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should do the segment without Derek here, but the new Moran, Spurs segment.
Let's hear it.
Nothing's changed.
Talk your
They're
shit.
just looking good. They drafted Castle. He's looking like a Rookie of the Year sleeper.
I picked him on my Dynasty basketball team.
Yeah, I think that was a good pick.
I actually, we had 2 picks. I had him and I picked Trey Jones second.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
both of those are solid.
I had Trey Jones on my team last year. He did all right with this.
Yeah, he's okay. I think he's just too small. But Chris Paul is small, but he's gonna show them how to do it. I'm hoping that he'll learn from CP3 and learn how to pass the ball to Wemby better. He was the best one passing to him last year.
Yeah.
Just an exciting season coming up. I think the Spurs are gonna do a huge jump. So many other teams are gonna do a huge jump too. I think OKC is going to make a deep run.
I think they're going they were 1 seed last year. I think they're going,
we talked about it.
You want to hear some crazy shit?
What?
So you know how Kawhi's out indefinitely for the Clippers?
Yeah.
So if they get a lottery pick, OKC gets that pick.
Oh shit, really?
So like if they're really bad, the Clippers are really bad, like
I think
imagine them hitting the lottery and getting the number 1 pick, then OKC, who's already becoming a dominant young force, being able to get kid out Cooper Flagg.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Like Cooper Flagg is going to be that guy too.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy is incredible. So like, there's a chance for like OKC to be the team for like a decade here.
There definitely is a shot. It's already looking so fucking strong.
Yeah. They're nice, and they got a fun team too.
Yeah, they got a great team.
It's just a grown-up AAU team.
Yeah, they got the Abraham Lincoln. They got Chet Holmgren, who would have been Rookie of the Year any other year, if not for Wembanyama.
J-Dub.
Yeah, J-Dub. Yeah, OKC. I think is gonna make a deep run. I want to talk about who you said was gonna make it to the finals this year. You have your
I have a wacky finals prediction, and I can say whatever I want right now. And you know what? If this hits, we can clip out all the stuff I'm saying right now.
Oh, did you put money on it?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
God, no, I haven't put any money on this. Absolutely not. But but I just want to make a prediction that if it happens, we can clip that and be like, he's the fucking Oracle.
That
right?
you would be. I would consider you a god at that point.
If the Kings play the Knicks in the final, I am him.
I see one of those teams making.
I did it right there.
Yeah, I see one of those teams making.
Which to me is crazy. I feel like the Kings are gonna. I believe in the Kings. They had a little bit of a down year last year compared to the year before that. But I think they were a little ahead of schedule and a little behind. Mm-hmm. They're going to find their schedule, whatever that means. And DeMar DeRozan, I think, is like...
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan is so cool. I wanted him to win one.
Yeah, I agree 100%. He was the sacrificial lamb for Toronto to take it. It sucks. Breaks my heart because he did great work for the Spurs.
Yeah.
But, he was the lamb for it. He deserves one. He's a great player. Seems like a great guy. Yeah. He will make Sacramento better. Just more defenders focusing on him. That leaves Fox and Sabonis open.
And those two are cold, man.
Yeah, they're great. No,
Fox
it's going to be
also
cool.
on my fantasy team. So.
Oh yeah, no, he's a great pickup for sure. I think he's going to do work. It's going to be a great season. I don't know if they get all the way there.
The West is crazy. Yeah, this really is. It reminds me of like the NBA of my childhood, where it was like the East is shitty and the West is really good.
Yeah,
for years, and I mean like the years where the Rockets were good and the Lakers were so good and all these teams, and they would play like an okay team in the, you know, like early 2000s when you had Shaq going up against the Nets in the finals ever, you know, like it was like the run up to the finals was so like difficult. And then
I think the top of the East has great. I mean, you got the Celtics, which are just overpowered.
They could run it back.
And
if so, you know what? You know what'll be great? Those Jaylen Brown snakeskin Gin Mint 10 Prism card. I still got them. Still got 2 of them.
You
2
have
out of the 5.
the best player on the Boston Celtics team.
I do.
And I'm sick of the narrative.
I don't have a whole lot of Derek White, but you know.
Oh, he's my favorite. Former Spurs, baby. But yeah, no, Boston, anything Boston is the most boring thing in the world to me. I could not give less of a shit. I feel like a lot of people feel that same way. It's just not an exciting team.
Yeah.
But shout out to them for winning. Don't get me wrong. I love Jaylen Brown. I think he's amazing.
Jaylen Brown's a dog.
Yeah, he's the best.
I don't know if Jason Tatum is really skilled.
No, he's not that guy.
He's skilled. You can't.
He drives to the basket, he draws fouls, and he wins when he doesn't get it.
He can shoot.
He can clank and get a couple in. No,
get out of here.
No.
He's not Angel Reese. He's not Angel Reese. No.
Oh yeah, the WNBA finals finished up last night. Liberty took it. Yeah. You know. Okay, nothing.
I watched the last 2 minutes, and then I watched overtime, and the whole time I was flipping between. I was honestly just watching the last couple minutes because it was fucking halftime of the Sunday night football game, and then I was like, this is dragging on a little long, so I couldn't even watch the full, bro. And it's nothing like they are good players. The league's having their moment, but that was a very boring finals.
Yeah.
And shout out to Sabrina Ionescu, who won her first championship and went 1-19. 1 for 19 in a clutch game 5, and then celebrated like she won the championship. Celebrated like she was MVP, laying down after, like that was fucking hilarious to me. I mean, and I also thought it was absolutely hilarious. The Lynx coach coming out with her whole chest afterwards saying we were robbed. Like there was a questionable, they could have called a foul on one of those, but then we would have had to suffer through more fucking basketball, I think.
You're over it.
I was so over the WNBA, I think I said that on one of my clips over there. If Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese aren't in it, nobody cares.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and they're
the highlight right now for sure.
They're the highlight, and yes, I understand Breanna Stewart's very, very good, right? I understand that Ionescu, when she's not clinking every fucking shot she throws up, is very good. Yeah. Right? She went toe-to-toe with Steph in that 3-point competition last year.
People get really upset when you say what you just said, but I think it's totally fair because like in the 80s, basketball was having kind of like a similar issue where viewership was declining. And then, it was, Magic and Larry Bird's rivalry. That's all anybody cared about for a time there. And it brought basketball back.
And this is going to save the WNBA. It's just right now, I do think there is a generational star, one of the best players in league history in A'ja Wilson playing right now. But she wasn't even in this, right? Yeah. Like she got knocked out right before this series. And I don't care when it comes Liberty Lynx. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't give me. But I mean,
we watched Game 4, and I like good basketball, even if it's boring. If the team's playing right, I like to watch it.
Yeah.
And it was entertaining. It was neck and neck.
Was that the half court shot one at the end?
It might have been. No, it was the one before that. Okay. I think. Yeah. But no, we're just watching. I will say, Lynx survived to Game 5. Lynx looked like the better team. It just Liberty can just hit shots.
I was rooting for the Lynx just because I generally root against New York and everything.
Yeah, that's totally fair, as you should. But
Spike Lee specifically. But I mean, I have him in the final. Can we imagine a Spike Lee Knicks finals?
That would be lit. I just seeing him around. He's getting up there too, man. Yeah. It's getting to one of those points where you see him and you're like, how are you still making it here? Like you're looking pretty rough, dude. You're looking tired.
Older. He's getting older.
He needs to nap a little bit more. Yeah. Like when you see Jack Nicholson at Lakers games, that's a little different. The Jack Nicholson's way older, but.
But that also is crazy because he wasn't that old. He was old, but he wasn't like old.
Yeah.
Like there's like a new level of old that these guys are getting.
Are like unlocking,
Like every time I see Bill Murray now, I'm like,
oh yeah,
man, I remember Larger Than Life. Right? Larger Than Life was a great movie, right? About him and the elephant. Like and just like now it's like, wow, like he's it's life.
I think
you get old.
Kings Knicks finals prediction.
Yeah, do you really? I really went out on a limb with my last prediction you saw.
What was that?
I really went out on a limb with that final prediction that I made.
Yeah, and then you said this one's not. This is a safe bet. Pistons will be bad.
The Pistons, I do think they're going to be bad.
Yes, I think that's a safe pick. I don't think they did much.
I think we should at least clip that one at the end of the season and be like, was he wrong?
Was he wrong? He was a good. He knows ball.
Was he right? He knows ball.
Cade Cunningham is the most depressed player in the NBA. Yeah. Show me anybody else. He has the saddest eyes already, and then when you watch him play...
He had sad eyes at Oklahoma State even, but they got so much sadder in Detroit.
Yeah, I can't believe there's a world where Wemby went to that sorry-ass team. I would be so depressed.
And it's got to be depressing for that franchise, too, because right now the Tigers and the Lions are both having their moment.
Yeah.
And you got to feel like, okay, the city rides behind those two, and they would ride behind the Pistons, but not near to the same extent they would the Lions.
Well, that was the thing last year was the Pistons finally broke their horrid losing streak, but the day they broke it was the day the Lions got kicked out.
Yeah.
So it's like the Detroit can't have it all. I think there has to be a sacrifice. I think it's got to be the Pistons for a while because that Detroit Lions team is looking fucking good.
They're good.
I want to see Cade get out of there and the Pistons just be a place for old veterans to go get money for a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Washington Wizards and the Charlotte Hornets are going to be the bottom 3 teams this year. That's my call.
There you go. That's a strong 3.
Yeah, Wizards are...
That's a strong 3.
At least Wizards are funny bags. They got Jordan Poole. That's great. Yeah, watch those for low lights.
Yeah, Jordan Poole going to be throwing them shots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I respect that. I like all the bucket, just the guys that want to just get their shots off, right? I'm going for stats at least right here. Like, we're going to win 10 games.
No stats, man. It's a lot
just trying to get some buckets.
Yeah, if there's nobody hot at the game, then he's missing every shot. Halliburton needs to get some of his people to a game for Jordan Poole.
That's right.
He's going to shoot better.
He's like, hey, I got 20 chicks in the front couple rows for you. Right? Like
that would turn the franchise around. All right, but let's save James Moran. Let's move on from basketball. You got some hobby other topics.
I did just have one hobby talk, right? Big talk of the hobby since I've left. There was a release that happened when I was gone. And this was Topps Mercury. So Topps Mercury is an unlicensed basketball product that is only Victor Wembanyama. And I should have saved this question until we're on air here. But it's 5 cards per box, I believe. I don't know. I haven't been in any of these breaks. I've been washing my hands clean. I want nothing to do with this product, but all the discourse around it has been just fucking hilarious. How much do you think that?
I'll say my guess from when we talked before. I said $200.
$200.
I don't know the hobby.
Yeah, the hobby is $200 won't get you much in the box space, but one box of Topps Mercury costs you $10,000, right? $10,000 for 5 cards. They're diluting the shit out of the Victor Wembanyama rookie card auto market, right? Just plain and simple, that's what they're doing. But they're making their money, right? Topps is making their money. Fanatics is making their money. Who's losing money? The breakers, right? Breakers are getting absolutely handed to them from what I've seen, right? I saw some very big companies, Backyard. I saw Rip Hamilton. Well, actually, I fucked with Rip Hamilton a lot. Like I like those guys. And Swish Breaks as well. Maybe it wasn't Rip. I don't remember who I saw. I think it was Swish actually. But like the big breaking companies that are losing half their money, like on each box, like. And I just think that we kind of saw this coming, right? With licensed product and unlicensed products, right? Like having the logo airbrushed off your jersey or off your helmet matters to collectors. And I don't know why it does so much, but it does, right? Now, Victor Wembanyama, generational talent. People are getting his rookie autos now. It does devalue Bowman U product a little bit. The Bowman U basketball product was the only other autos you could get a Victor. But it's crazy to see. I personally would never spend $10,000 for a box of cards ever at this moment. I would. I think I would if I had that. If I had it like that. If it was like the right product from the right year, but it would have to be something a decade behind that we knew like you can get a surefire. Like, I mean, people are spending way more than that on Jordan boxes and LeBron boxes of 03 stuff. Like, but it would have to be something like I have a chance at pulling that kind of card, right? And not a solely one player box. Like, just a weird move, I think.
No, that doesn't. I don't see the fun in that. I see the fun in pack ripping. I ripped some Pokemon cards with my buddy this weekend.
You hit anything nice?
Yeah, I got a hit that was worth like $10.
Nice.
Pokemon's a solid one. And I got the high. I got what you guys talked about.
It's an adrenaline rush, man.
Man, sports cards have some cool art. The Pokemon ones, when you get a full art, just the entire card is only the art with the moves on it and shit. It was hype, and I got it. But yeah, doing the thing with the box where there's like a guaranteed hit or something like that, I don't know. I just
then it just matters what that hit is, you know. Like, but like the guaranteed hit, like most boxes of this product now are just tanking on the open market.
It just doesn't make any sense to me to flood the market like that and to give guaranteed stuff. To me, the fun of it is, it could be absolutely nothing, nothing burger.
Yeah.
I open the pack, I get a card worth $5, I get a card worth $500 if I'm really lucky, and that's the high.
Right.
I don't get the box stuff that much. Maybe I need to try out to get it. But yeah, $10,000 for 5 cards.
It's fucking insane.
Especially when they're telling you the market's oversaturated and it won't even be worth anything.
Right.
Then I don't.
But hey, if you hit that one of one, you're gonna have $1 million card. You're gonna have a couple million. You know, like that's the mindset of like.
So you could get a Wemby, but you could get a special Wemby.
Yeah, they're all. You have different numbered. You have different numbered parallels. But the thing with all this products is it's still unlicensed.
That doesn't. Yeah. Why would you get that? I don't know.
But he doesn't sign a Panini product where they are licensed. You can't get an autograph in any of those. So I mean, that's the concept behind it. And I mean, it's like that. I don't know if we got that cam going, but I do have. I did get a couple unlicensed products. You know, because Topps been doing this, and I think there is a difference as well between like Topps doing this now when they're about to get the license.
Yeah. See, this is a beautiful card, even without the license.
Even without it, it's jersey number, Bryce Young, out of 10. He's gonna be back. I'm buying heavy in him now. Yeah. But I mean, I feel like with this card, there's some licensed cards or some unlicensed cards that work a little better. But I mean, honestly, if this loses 85 to 90% of its value, I'm not mad. Like that. What else did I expect by buying fucking Bryce Young cards after he'd been benched? You know what I mean? So like, it's a buyer's risk. Like you have to know what you're getting into. And I bought this one as a single. There were other ones. I mean, there was another football product called Topps Motif that came out recently. That was more of their like national treasures, like high end wannabe cards. I got one of those. I had the biggest product hit in that one is a Tom Brady card.
Oh shit!
And I mean that's like a product hit. Well, I had the Patriots in a break, and all I got a printing plate. So 1 of 1, but it's a printing plate card of Rob Gronkowski, which I will cherish. I love Gronk, but everybody's looking for that Brady auto that was in there. It was a possible hit.
You said it was a printing plate?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So it's like the card that produces these cards. Like every one of these has a printing plate of a different color, and then run those off the print. So it's pretty cool. I'll bring that one in next time.
Yeah,
I didn't bring that one in.
What they use to make the other cards?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they throw those in the packs. So that part was cool. And I mean, it was Gronk. I PC tight ends, so he's like one of the best ones to get. So that was cool. But yeah, man, that was basically that's all I had for the hobby today. I know we're probably pretty far over on time.
We're actually good. Do you want to talk about Austin FC's win real quick?
Yeah, we got it. I didn't watch any of this because it happened during the biggest weekend ever. But it was 90 the fourth minute of stoppage time. They notched a goal in to win 3-2. Can't remember who they played. I just saw the alerts, to be honest with you.
I know. I need to be better about.
I just want to be open with our audience, open with the fans. I love that Austin has a team, right? Austin has a professional team. I am a shitty MLS fan. I just am. I'm a better fan with the English team that I root for than Austin FC. It's hard for me to keep up with the schedule. Like, are these cup games? Are these games and are qualifying us for playoffs? Are we close? Like, I don't know. It's tough for me there. But we fired Wolf. I know that was a big thing. People want us to do that for a while. And I mean, I'm pretty bad at that. Now, I also saw this is something I want to bring up, a little teaser for next episode, because I really want to bring this up with Derek. But last night I was watching the local news after the game, and there's a group trying to bring a Major League Baseball team to Austin.
Ooh.
I don't know how to feel about that. That's the one sport that I've rooted for a team my whole life with the Astros, and I don't know what to feel. So I'm rooting against them. I'm rooting against it to be a franchise. And if it is, then I'll have to have some real man-in-the-mirror conversations.
I feel like you got to stay with Houston.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you got to.
But like Austin is my city. Like, you know what I mean?
I know,
I have no connection to the city of Houston outside of my grandparents lived there a long time ago, right? Like the city stuff, like I feel like I would be the only person. I've thought about getting the Houston H tattooed on me. I haven't. I don't have them anywhere. But I think I'd be the only person getting the Houston H tattooed on me with nothing to do for the city of Houston. Like, that'd be all for the Astros. I love the Astros that
I think
much.
you root for both until they play each other.
Well, they probably would. They'd probably be in the same division.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know. It's a long way from happening, and I'm rooting against like any other league. A football team I'd rep the fuck out of here.
That'd be sick.
Right? A basketball team I'd rep the fuck out of.
That's gonna probably happen.
I mean, just move that shitty San Antonio franchise up.
Oh, did you?
That's all.
Old brother.
Yeah, that's what I said. Move them up 35 a little bit.
Oh man, that would be bad. That would be rough.
They already play a couple games here every year, you know.
That is true. No, they're testing the waters for sure. I think that's cool until you realize it's gonna be like $70 per ticket. Well, right now in San Antonio, it's like 20 for the nosebleeds.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's the only downside.
That's a good point. Honestly, I'm not that far from San Antonio. I'm just not a big Spurs fan.
Yeah.
The Spurs could move here to Austin. I probably wouldn't care that much. But if we got like a new team,
that'd be cool too.
You know,
I'd still support it.
I'd rep them.
All right, want to get into HGH?
Let's do it. I've been on a run lately. Let's see how I do without Frankie Zora.
All right, so for those of them who are new, why don't you tell them what it is?
Yes. Our HGH segment, we do this at the end of every episode. It is our gambling picks of our week, where we make picks with our heads, our guts, and our hearts. Derek's better at motioning all that shit than I am. But yes, and I've been on a run lately. I've been on a really good. I don't know if I've missed a pack since I left a month ago. I don't remember exactly what I hit in those packs, but I don't think I missed a whole lot of packs. And I hit the juice twice. So our juice parlay, we do at the end of every episode. Derek has an asinine strategy for it that we'll show you here shortly. But I hit it twice, 2 weeks in a row, and I was one pick away. I was that one fucking Vikings game away last week from hitting it 3 weeks in a row. But I believe that we're still here. I believe that we can do it, and I'm channeling good energy here. So, do we want to do Derek's first?
You want to check out Derek's first?
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah. So he didn't do a video on him, but he showed it. He sent a screenshot.
Yeah. So it looks like his head pick with the emoji is over 48. You can talk about what you're looking at here because Lord knows.
Yeah. So this is the Falcons Bucks game, which is next Sunday. It's an over. It's a square pick. It's an obvious pick. Everybody knows that pick. The whole public's going to be on that pick. That line probably be closer to 49 by the end of the week. Honestly, pretty good shot. It's two good offenses playing against each other. The defenses are very meh. So probably a good pick, but we'll see. I just think that line will move. Identical line was his gut pick for Oklahoma Ole Miss, which is a more interesting one. Neither team is great, but I honestly haven't watched enough about either team. I know that Oklahoma got absolutely blown out this past weekend at home by South Carolina. I feel like Ole Miss will do most of the scoring. I think Ole Miss wins that game pretty handily. But over 48, that's what he thinks. Props to him. His heart pick, I'm shocked that he picked Texas minus 18.5. This if you're watching this, Derek, this is the proper way to do it. You pick your team to win by the spread, right? You don't pick the over. You don't pick the team. He had some very strange strategies with that. This is the right way to do it. I think he loses because, I go Vanderbilt, baby. Go Doors. It's probably a solid pick, though, to be honest with you. With his juice, he does those three, and he adds in a couple others. He has these as well as Man City's playing Sparta Prague. He thinks both teams score in that one, which is interesting to me. But that's probably because Man City's throwing in their scrubs. Go back to the other screen, and then he's added in Boise State minus 3 at UNLV. Interesting. That's a tough one. And then he's got Commanders +1 against the Bears. He really, he needs Jaden Daniels to be healthy for that one.
It sounds like we just got the word that sounds.
He's gonna be fine. We're gonna get
about him being back,
and we're gonna get Jaden Daniels versus Caleb. And I haven't really seen a whole. Has he softened his stance on Caleb a little? He's backtracking on that one. He was calling him a baby back bitch and all that. Or, this shock value stuff that Derek loves to do. But yeah, Caleb looked really, really, really good in London. And the difference is between those two teams, the Bears have a defense. The Commanders have an okay. they're an okay team, right? They're an okay team, and they're a really good offense. Jaden Daniels look good, but yeah, I that'll be a good game. That'll be one to watch next week. That's for sure. So that's him, and he's got if they tie, I guess the plus one is a little strange to me there. I don't know why he's going +1, but might as well go money line. But he's a little scared. He's a little scared of that. I guess he gets a push if they lose by 1. So on to mine. I'm picking my head first. I'm picking an NBA game. I'm going
hell yeah.
T-Wolves Kings over 228. Why? My head tells me both these teams score a lot of points. Yep. You don't get coverage.
Okay.
You don't get coverage like that anywhere else. No, I mean last year Kings overs hit a lot.
Yeah, no, Kings score either a shit ton of points or they fall apart. Yeah.
T-Wolves score a lot. I think the T-Wolves will be still putting it together with everybody they've got. I know that DiVincenzo can play some defense, right? And Julius Randle can as well. But like I think that they're going to be getting them. They're going to be figuring some stuff out early in those rotations. I feel like.
Yeah, I think if Ant-Man shows up a little tired, you got it. I think if he shows up ready to show people that they're the real deal this season.
But maybe it's
a risky play.
The Kings aren't the best defensively. They haven't.
No, they're not. So yeah,
and DeMar DeRozan is not a defender, really.
No, nobody really on the Kings is a crazy good defender. I think Sabonis can play.
Sabonis is their best one.
Yeah. No, I think that one hits.
I like it. I like over 228. It'll probably be close. Those always are.
Unless Ant gets strangely competitive and locks down.
Yeah.
And then that turns into a slog.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my gut play, I probably should have made this my heart play because I'm on Oronde Gadsden's team here. Syracuse +5.5 against Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. It's a ranked Pittsburgh. I just feel like that's going to be a closer game. I don't think Syracuse wins it, but I think that it goes to a last-second field goal type deal. Almost picked the over in that one, but I'm not super, super confident. And Pitt's offense, honestly, I don't know. The more I think about it, more I'm like Syracuse might win that game. It's gonna be a close battle. That's on Thursday, I think. So my heart play is last time I did this, it worked. But after a really pathetic week of football, I had a plea with Texas Tech when we were 9.5 point favorites against North Texas, and this is a very similar plea. This is just I'm begging you. Joey McGuire, just please, just get the boys ready. We had a bye week and looked so fucking bad last week. Like, we looked so fucking bad last week. Let's just shake the cobwebs off. Let last week be last week. Let this week be this week. You know, we're not playing a very good team. TCU is garbage, in my humble opinion. We played like garbage last week. We played like we did last week. We're fucked, right? But let's not play like we did last week. Let's play like we did the 3 weeks leading up to the bye, right? That's all I'm asking. Let's just channel that. This is the heart play is not what I think is going to happen. This is a plea for help, right? That's what this is. So Texas Tech +6. I mean, if we lose by 5, I will be sad. I will still be sad, but at least the fucking heart hit. It'll give me something to root for if we get down. Maybe a backdoor cover. Along the same lines, I'm hoping to channel some of this good luck I've had in the juice lately. On my juice parlay, I've got Texas Tech money line. Yes, we are big dogs. We're 6-point dogs, but money line. I've also got Patriots money line. The Patriots are playing somebody pretty terrible. I think the Patriots are playing the Giants. I want to say they're playing the Giants. I could be very wrong. But yeah, they're playing somebody that's not very good next week. They're slight dogs.
I think they're
Jets.
They're
playing the Jets.
Yeah, just confirm it's Jets.
Yeah, Jets. So Jets have looked pretty bad lately. My boy Drake May. Drake May it's his show to run now, and he's been looking pretty bad. But he's done well in garbage time. Give me Patriots money line. I'm adding Vandy +18. Now it was +18 when I made this. It was +18.5 when Derek made his. I thought we might throw the hook in. I might need that hook, honestly. But no, I'm gonna stick with +18. I've also got T-Wolves beating the Blazers. That happens later this week. Mm-hmm. I've got them beating them by 6. So all those add up to +39.01. $10 gives you $400.
Good play.
I wouldn't hate it. You know, it's been successful. I wish I'd known the two that hit exactly what those payouts would have been. I know exactly.
Maybe that's part of the magic was that you didn't. Maybe because you wrote that on the.
But I knew it was like the exact same amount of picks, and it was like the exact same I don't know. They were the same parlays. It was the same parlays, but I mean, Maybe because I couldn't plug them into the DraftKings Sportsbook and see exactly what that was.
Maybe that's the magic. Maybe
that's the magic. Maybe that's the magic. But we gotta find these odds somehow. I want the audience to be as informed as possible and like tailing us. If I had won last week, I would have said, take out your money and put it on this juice right here. Right? But the Vikings didn't pull it off, and we didn't win. And it is what it is. Man. It is what it is.
I can tell you what this was though. A great fucking episode of the Degenerators.
Hey, yes sir. Yes, sir. That's a wrap, man. That's everything I got. You got anything else?
No.
Got anything for the people, man?
No. Thanks for putting up with me. Next week we got Derek back in the studio.
We're all back in studio next week. We'll see this guy. What the fuck is that?
We'll be back in there bringing a friend.
Beetlejuice. Yeah.
But they'll be back. He'll be back calling things Poochies.
Yes.
And
back
all
to
other
Poochies
stuff.
and
that
tight beat. Tight beat. I found myself saying that shit more lately. Yeah.
I've caught myself. It's almost happened a few times now for sure. Tight beat's so easy to throw.
Tight beat's real easy. It's nice.
Love you, Derek. Can't wait for you to be back.
We love you, buddy. We hope you're having a great vacation. Thank you for the videos.
And we love you, listeners.
And we're glad you didn't get up. We're glad you didn't get mugged. Buddy.
Yeah, thank Christ. Yeah, thanks for sending that video in text. You are back.
Let's maybe keep it in the resort. Maybe. All right. Well, hey, this has been the Degenerators. We appreciate the hell out of y'all. We will see y'all next week live in person. Woo!